Hey, fellow gamers, what's going on? B Chambers from Alloy7.com, and I want to talk to you guys today about how to legally monetize the video game videos that you make, whether they be reviews, let's plays, or what have you. I know that many of you out there may make videos and you're wondering, now that you've become a YouTube partner, how can I monetize those videos and do it from the legal standpoint where I won't run into an issue with a copyright strike or a copyright owner having an issue with a video that I've published. So what I've done over the last several months, and if you're already a subscriber to this channel, you know I've already done a video like this, but this video is to serve as an update to the video I did before, which was done very early in the process and didn't capture a lot of the publishers that I've now talked to and gotten permission from, or in some cases restrictions in terms of what I can do with their video content in terms of publishing videos and or monetizing them. So what I want to do today, I want to jump into what I want to give you is a list of publishers that allow us as video makers to make videos based on their games and monetize those videos, whether it be on YouTube or on Twitch or any other networks such as those. And I want to also give you the list of publishers whom I've spoken to who restrict us from monetizing those videos. Now, the interesting part about the publishers that don't allow monetization, most of them, if not all of them, allow us to use the footage from their games, to make videos, to make let's plays, to make reviews and things of that nature. There's only a small percentage of them, and I can't remember them off the top of my head, that don't allow us to use their video content at all. But in most cases, they will allow you to use it, but they won't allow you to monetize it. At the end, I'll talk about the publishers whom I've reached out to and have not yet gotten a response. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the list of publishers who give us permission to use their footage. And in almost every case, my recommendation to you guys with these publishers is going to be to reach out to them directly, because in many cases, they do not publish this permission online on their websites or on forums. Some of the publishers do. So what I'll encourage you to do after you listen to this video, or while you're listening to it, go to the link that I'll provide in the video description, which has the entire list with not only what the publishers have said, either via email or via their websites, but where I got the information and where you can go and reference the information to know whether it's a publisher that you should reach out to directly or one that you can just monetize your videos because they provide that permission online. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the list of publishers who allow us to make videos and to monetize videos on YouTube, Twitch, and things of that nature. So first up, we have Atlas, followed by Blizzard Entertainment, followed by Bohemia Interactive, Carbon Games, CD Projekt Red, if you've known them from the Witcher series, Dark Veil Games, which is known for the game Forge. Daedalus Studio is actually an individual that I reached out to via Twitter who does Xbox Live indie games, and I also believe he does some of his games for PC. But again, that's someone that you'll need to reach out to directly. Deep Silver, one that I was very happy to find out that they allow monetization. They do the Risen 2, Dark Waters, Dead Island, and games of that nature. Double Fine. Electronic Arts was one that I was very surprised about. Now, they don't give individual licenses to us to produce video, but what they've done is they've gone to YouTube to establish the license for derivative works with YouTube. So my guess in this particular case is that what they're doing is dealing with YouTube directly, so that if they have an issue with anything that we publish, they can just go to YouTube and have it removed. So that's going to be a situation where anything you monetize, you need to do it at your own risk. You need to be aware of that, but also be mindful that if you do something that they don't like, they fully reserve the right to ask you to take it down or to have it removed. Also, keep in mind that a lot of the games that Electronic Arts makes have sub-licenses in them. So take Madden, for example. So even though Electronic Arts gives YouTube this permission for folks to publish videos with their content in it, understand that a lot of what's licensed in that game is owned by the NFL, and the NFL does not allow anybody to make derivative works using their content without their express permission, which I'm assuming most people have to pay a pretty penny for, and EA probably knows that well because they've had the NFL license for a very long time. So don't go into this thinking that you're going to be able to monetize your Madden games or the baseball or any really of the sports games without being a part of a larger network. Now, take that recommendation with a grain of salt. That may not be absolutely true, but you need to be careful not to monetize something that you don't have permission for. And since EA doesn't give individual permissions to users such as us, it'd be very risky for you to monetize a Madden or any other sports video game where it's not just EA's produced content, but it's someone else involved in the deal that owns copyright to things that are being licensed for those games. So be very careful there. Next up, we have Epic Games, known for the Gears of War series, Frictional Games, Focus Home Interactive, which interestingly enough, they were a very good group that I reached out to that have been very helpful in terms of dealing with independent media folks such as myself. Gaslamp Games, known for the Dungeons of Dreadmore, Grinding Gear Games, Harebrained Scheme Studio, which I'm very excited about. I actually got the email directly from Mitch, from one of the co-founders there. They are the ones that are producing the remake of Shadowrun, which I'm extremely excited about. I can't wait to play and review that game. High Res Studios, Calypso Media, which I actually heard from this morning, actually the day of this recording. And they've also been very helpful, much like Focus Home Interactive. Again, that's Calypso Media. Clay Entertainment, spelled Klei Entertainment. They're known for the games like Shank and the Xbox Live arcade games such as those. Konami was surprisingly one that responded back. But again, that's one that you're going to want to reach out to directly. And it's going to be hard to find contact information for some of the bigger companies. So you'll have to dig around on their websites to find access to information with for PR representatives that you can talk to. But Konami did respond favorably to my email saying that I could make the videos, make reviews and let's plays and monetize those. Mojang, which I still haven't looked up how to pronounce that properly since my last video. But again, Mojang or Mojang, however it's pronounced, are the developers behind the Minecraft game, which has been a huge hit across the globe. Just keep in mind that they do make mention that if you're going to make a video on YouTube or any other network and monetize it with ads on the videos, understand that they require you to add something, to add value to the work. You can't just put up a video of Minecraft gameplay without like a voiceover explaining what you're doing or some type of review or let's play. That actually is in their stipulations for monetizing work. Next up, we have Nordic Games, followed by Paradox Interactive, Relogic, who put out recently the Terraria game on Xbox Live, which was a PC game from a while back, which we did a review for here. It was actually a really awesome game. Also, Red 5 Studios, Riot Games, Robot Entertainment, Robotronic Games, Romano Games, Runic Games, who are responsible for the Torchlight series, Signal Studios, Subsoap, which was actually, interestingly enough, Subsoap reached out to me when I published our first video on Reddit. One of the representatives from that group actually reached out in my thread and said, hey, we also allow monetization of our videos. And I played the demo for their Solitaire game, which is a really interesting reimagining of Solitaire with RPG elements. If you're into that, I recommend you give it a shot. But they allow monetization. Subset Games, the makers of the famous or infamous, depending on who you are, Faster Than Light game that's come out in recent days. Also, Tail Worlds Entertainment, Team 17, Team Chucklefish, who have the Starbound game on the way, the Indie Stones, Topware Interactive, Tryon Worlds, who just published the Defiance game in conjunction with the sci-fi television show that's going on right now, the shooter RPG MMO that's out there, Tripwire Interactive, another very large publisher, Ubisoft, allows monetization. Valorware, and I actually got the response from them on Facebook. They're actually very responsive through social media, which it's pretty hard to get developers and publishers of the bigger companies to respond to you via social media, but Ubisoft actually responded to a Facebook request. Valorware, which made kind of an open world RPG single player for the Android called Ninth Dawn, which was pretty good. Valve, which everyone should be familiar with. Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment, which I got permission from them via email. Recommend that you do the same before you monetize anything from them. And Woven Studio. So that's going to wrap it up for the folks that I know as of today that allow monetization. For the publishers and developers that either prohibit monetization or do not give license to you to publish works or to monetize those works is going to be this next list. So that starts with Bethesda Softworks. And this was the first example of a developer / publisher that I ran into where they said they don't give out license for us to publish derivative works on YouTube, Twitch, or anywhere else. But what they did say was they also don't take action against you as long as you adhere to certain guidelines, like you're not using a pirated copy and you're not doing anything that defames the company or the brand. So they're not going to take action against you if you publish a video, but they're also not going to give you license to publish said video. So I recommend that folks don't monetize videos from them, because even if they don't take action directly, they do reserve the right to do so, and they don't give license to publish videos. And YouTube actually requires that you have in writing, if they call you and if they email you and ask for it, they require that you have something in writing that states that you do have a license to create this work. And Bethesda will not give that. Unless I assume you're a part of a larger network, something like Machinima, the IGN network, things like that. So Bethesda was first up with the restriction for the publishers that don't allow monetization, followed by Capcom, Codemasters, Gung Ho Online Entertainment, which owns Game Arts, which had a lot of popular RPGs back on the PS1, Acquire and Gravity, which are two developers / publishers that I'm not familiar with, but the Wikipedia page says that they actually own all of those companies. So if you want to do your old Game Arts games, unfortunately, Gung Ho does not allow us to monetize. They did say that they allow us to make the videos, but not to monetize them. Next up, we have Kemco, followed by probably the most infamous one, which is Microsoft Game Studios, in not allowing us to monetize. And they actually put that in their terms of use on their website. Natsume, Naughty Dog, Nintendo, another company that will respond to you if you request, saying that they don't deal with individuals, which implies that they deal with larger networks in terms of allowing monetization, but they do not allow us as individuals. NIS America, or NISA, as I've heard many people call them, they make a lot of independent, old school type RPG games and a lot of interesting type games. I was very disappointed that they don't allow monetization, because they have a lot of interesting games that I would like to have done video reviews for. However, they were extremely helpful. Their PR reps did respond to me via email, letting me know that I couldn't monetize, but that if I needed help getting a hold of copies to do reviews, that they would help with that. So I thought that was really awesome, something that they did, which usually I don't request that. I usually try to buy the games from publishers just to support, unless, they offer it. But in this case, I thought that was really cool. Not only that they offered that, but that they responded to me and gave me very specific information about the fact that they do allow us to make videos, and that they do want to partner with folks like us that make these types of videos, but they couldn't allow monetization. That's followed by Rockstar Games. You guys know them from the Grand Theft Auto series, LA Noire games such as that. Sega, SNK, Square Enix, Take-Two Interactive, which is partnered also with the Rockstar Games company, Tecmo Koei, and Telltale Games. So that brings us to the end of the list for the folks that I've reached out to so far, which have said that they do not allow monetization. And the interesting thing that you'll find is that there are a lot of Japanese companies in this list. And I assume that part of the reason why Japanese companies are more reluctant, and this is just me talking, I don't have any facts to back this up, but my belief is that the Japanese companies are a bit more reluctant to allow, especially the smaller companies, to allow folks like us to make videos and to monetize them, because of I assume that they have some copyright laws there that are a little bit more stringent than the ones we have here. And I know that's how it is when in my past, I've done some music production for some Japanese artists, and I remember talking to the executive producer who used to joke about how when you make music in Japan, everybody in the studio, including the janitor, gets royalties. So if that's any indication of how they treat their copyrights, they're very close hold with it, and I assume. And in that same vein, I think a lot of these companies are unaware of what we mean when we say monetize. Some of these companies aren't familiar with what YouTube allows users to do, because several of them have it. I think Blizzard is an example of this, and so is Valve, where they say you cannot monetize a video that you make by selling it. So you can't charge a fee for someone to come to your website to see the video, nor could you sell the video on the market. I really don't know how you would do that anyway. But some of these companies, when you say the word monetize, that's what they're thinking. They're thinking that you are either selling exclusive portions of your website that people have to pay for to see the videos. They're not aware that when we say monetize, we mean placing ads on the games in the YouTube videos that then YouTube does a revenue share with us based on the viewership. So my advice to you in that case is when you reach out to these companies to get your permission, make sure you specify that you're a YouTube video maker or a Twitch video maker, and what you're creating is not for sale in terms of monetization, that when you publish it, YouTube is going to place Google ads into the videos, embed those ads in there, and then share the revenue with you. I think that'll go a long way to alleviate some of the concern that these publishers have, because some of them don't fully understand what's available out there, and they have to be careful. All of these companies, at least in terms of the way America handles copyright law, have to actively protect their copyrights. So that's why you run into companies that are reluctant to give you a license to use their video footage, because I believe, again, this is me talking, I believe they see potential risk in giving you that license with being able to protect their copyright if something were to happen, were to happen in the future where they wanted to take issue with a video that was created. So keep those things in mind. Be very specific when you ask your questions, because I think a lot of these folks out there don't fully understand what it means when we say monetize. I know one of the Japanese companies that I spoke to, I actually got into that dialogue with the PR rep, and when I explained what I meant by it, they were like, oh yeah, no problem. Go ahead and make that happen. As long as you're doing Let's Plays or reviews, then we're okay with that. And I believe the company that conversation happened with was Atlas, to give you the specifics. So let me end this by saying, giving you the list of publishers who I've reached out to who have not yet responded, and I'll give you some of them have responded, but I don't have a final answer yet. So I'll give you the specifics on that. And I also want to close. When we close out, I want to encourage you to submit publishers via our website or even here on this YouTube channel in the comments that you would like to see on the list. I know many of you out there who've watched my first video on this have responded, say, hey, what about this publisher? What about that publisher? What about this publisher? I 100% encourage you to reach out to me with publishers that you're concerned about, or quite frankly, reach out to the publishers yourself, get the information and email it to me so that I can publish it straight on the website. And the folks that have done that, I've actually given them credit on the website. And if you have a YouTube page, I'm happy to link to that. So the list of publishers that I've reached out to that have so far not responded or haven't given me the final response, that starts with Activision. The last time I sent them a follow-up was on April 7th, 2013. I'll probably do another follow-up email this week. Age Tech, March 14th was the last time, was the day I sent them the request. I've not heard back from them. The Behemoth, no response as of March 17th. Let's see, CCP Games, no response as of March 17th. City Interactive Games, no response as of March 17th. And I've had some trouble finding solid contacts for City Interactive Games. So if any of you guys out there are interested in that one or have a way that I can get in touch with them, please let me know how. Crytek, no response as of March 17th. Gameloft, no response as of March 17th. HB Studios, no response as of March 17th. Hothead, same thing. Hothead Games, that is. Namco Bandai, one that I'm very excited about because I like a lot of their games, has gotten back in touch with me to let me know that my email had been forwarded to the proper PR representatives within the company, and I'm just waiting to hear back. I actually sent them a follow-up email this evening, which is if I'm not mistaken. Let me look at the date here. Today is the 29th of April. I sent them a follow-up email this evening before coming to do this recording, and I'm hoping to hear back from them hopefully this week so I can update that with a yes, because I actually have some videos that I've done with their work that I would love to monetize. They're very popular on our channel. Rebellion is the next company. Haven't heard anything since March 17th. Remedy Games, who I reached out to 2 days ago, I sent them a follow-up to ask them to chime in. And Sony Computer Entertainment of America, also another company that got back in touch with me to let me know that the email who I was contacting was not the right person, and that they're going to forward my email on to the right person in the PR department. And that was on the 25th of April. So again, friends, I know I've gone on long here. I wanted to keep this short and sweet, but it's kind of hard to do it when we have so much information to cover. A couple things to consider. I always want accuracy to be at the forefront. So if I've said anything here that was amiss, feel free to comment and correct me and I'll get it squared away. Two, if you have a publisher that you are concerned about, that you are interested in knowing, either send me an email, send me a comment here on YouTube, or send a comment on the website, or you can even hit me at Twitter at TheSecondLetter, all one word, TheSecondLetter. My name is B. My name is the second letter in the alphabet. Real easy to remember. And just let me know. Or you can reach out to the publisher yourself, get the permissions, copy that email and send it to me. If you need my email address, just hit me up on one of these channels. I'd be happy to send it to you. I have no problem with you guys out there in the cyber world having the ability to contact me. I like having interaction with you guys. If you have any questions about a particular publisher, or about how to monetize your videos properly, how to make videos, what software I use, what hardware I use, anything. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to hit me up. I'm usually pretty quick in getting back to you guys with responses to your questions, unless there's just something crazy going on my side of town. But as always, folks, it is a pleasure to serve you guys. Again, hit me with questions, hit me with comments. I look forward to having the discussion, and I hope that this video helps. I plan to do one more video like this once I've gotten responses from all the publishers and I've gotten responses from all of you letting me know what I've missed. So with that in mind, folks, I will see you on the next show. From alloy7.com, B Chambers signing off. Peace and Godspeed.